Hello everyone, this is Edray1416 here with a video about the top 10 ways to save money in the long run. Oh yes, this is a video that so many grassroots people are wanting to know about that it's not funny. After years of extensive research, I'm here to give you folks 10 ways to save money. Now this does not just apply to single people, but this also applies to married people that are about to have children. So for the expectant mothers watching, pay close attention before you present your arguments. Here we go. Number 1, for the single people watching, move out to the countryside on a plot of land and buy yourself a barn. Sure, it may cost a lot of money for the first year because of buying the barn, transporting it, establishing plumbing, doing electrical work, etc. But after you spend $3,500 or so for the barn and do $1,500 worth of work, like plumbing, electrical work, and turning your barn into a one-man house, it's going to be cheap the next year. Low electric bill, low water bill, plenty of space to use for growing food. This leads to the next point. Number 2, start a garden. With food prices about to soar again, according to Reuters.com, China and America made a trade agreement in regards to beef and poultry. This does not just affect the price of meat, but it will also affect the price of grains and vegetables. So for those that haven't started gardening, I suggest you start immediately. Otherwise you'll be paying more for tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, and other nutrient-dense foods out there. You can grow food for pennies on the dollar. It all depends on soil quality, what you use as a fertilizer, and how much water you use for your plants. Farmers have to depend on rain, but you gardeners can access water from your water hose in your backyard. Anyone really wanting to save money fertilizing, simply burn some sticks, firewood, whatever have you. Then invest in a pot to urinate in and dilute the urine in water. Not only will these two fertilizers actually work, but the urine also acts as a pesticide. Urine is the most organic pesticide out there. Unless you have an infection that can affect your urine, most urine is sterile and safe to use. Number 3, can your own food after harvest. Invest in some mason jars and take pretty good care of the jars too. How do you can food? In the case of highly acidic foods like tomato sauce, you fill up the jars with tomato sauce, seal the jar, and give the jar a nice water bath boil in a pot. There's a video on canning tomatoes. Check it out. For greens, green beans, legumes, carrots, corn, and meat, you have to pressure can. A pressure canner can work in this situation. If done right, you have cans of food that can last you up to 2 years, sometimes longer depending on the location. That will save you tremendous money in the long run if done right. Number 4, if you love cheese, invest in some wax. There's cheese wax, beeswax, and golf wax. Why is wax important to preserve cheese? Because proper waxing can take the air out of cheese, thus preserving the life of cheese for up to 25 years. It depends on how you wax the cheese and where you properly store it. The price of dairy usually fluctuates, but what if cheese continually rises? Well, you wax cheese, store it somewhere cool, and wait until you either have to relocate due to a raging storm, or if you hit hard times. If you store enough cheese to last you 25 years, you have access to calcium, animal fat, and protein. Don't buy shredded cheese, don't buy processed cheese. Buy a block or a brick of cheese. It will save you money if done right. Number 5, start stocking up on dried foods. Rice and beans are important. Bread has a short lifespan either because it molds or goes stale. Rice is relatively cheap and a bag of rice averages $1.29 a pound. Sometimes less, sometimes more. And beans? You can get beans for 99 cents a pound in a bag. A bag of beans is worth investing in because dried beans have more nutrients than canned beans. And rice? It's a gluten-free grain that does not mess with your weight. I can lose weight eating rice. As for breakfast, grits will do. Grits are also gluten-free, which means you can eat a bowl and not worry about gaining weight. And speaking of breakfast, number 6, buy some fowl birds like chickens, ducks, and turkeys. Once again, with the food prices about to go up thanks to the trade agreement between America and China, egg prices could be unpredictable. If you raise birds, I suggest you start off with chickens. 1 rooster, 10 hens. That's all you need to start with. What do chickens like? Lay pellets. You buy a bag of lay pellets at your local feed store, then ferment the pellets. Chickens love fermented pellets. The water in the feed turns into alcohol, but also the nutrients in the pellets amplify, allowing the chickens to eat less in the long run and still lay a few eggs a day. Also, when it comes time to slaughter the birds, you'll have fresh poultry to cook with. And with the drippings from chicken or other birds, you can use the animal fat from the bird to flavor your vegetables. Number 7, and this is important for a married couple expecting their first child, buy reusable cloth diapers. According to whattoexpect.com, the average person will spend $300 on cloth diapers during a child's diaper wearing days. I believe a child wears diapers for 4 years. So if you divided $300 by 4 years, the average cost of buying cloth diapers a year is $75. Now compare that to disposable diapers. The average cost of diapers throughout 4 years is $2,000. If you divide that by 4 years, you would spend $500 in disposable diapers. So what would you expect that mothers want? $75 a year in cloth diapers or $500 a year in disposable diapers? Number 8. If you want clothes, either support your local thrift store or flea market. Gentlemen, if you want dress shirts for $1, slacks for $1 to $3, or a suit for $10 to $40, the flea market is the place to go. Ladies, if you want to dress for $5 or less, a dress shirt for $1, or pants for cheap, flea market is the place to go. However, if you need socks and underpants, go to your nearby Family Dollar or Dollar General. You cannot buy socks or underpants used. That's disgusting if you dare buy it used. Dress shirts, pants, and suits at the flea market not only saves you money, but it supports your local economy. Number 9. Create your own electricity. If you have the knowledge to create biogas, diesel, and a generator to run it through, you can create sustainable electricity for pennies on the dollar. If you are fed up with a high electric bill, you must make the effort to create your own electricity in an effort to save thousands of dollars a year in electricity. Now, if cannabis was legal, you can make enough hemp fuel to power your house forever for free. But I advise that you do not do that while cannabis is still illegal. Number 10. Invest in a washboard, wash tub, and dry your clothes out on the clothesline. If you can't create your own electricity, then one of the best ways to lower your electric bills is to wash your clothes in a wash tub and use the washboard to clean your clothes. If you cannot afford a wringer, just wring the clothes with your bare hands and then hang the clothes out on the clothesline. Let the sun dry your clothes while you do other activities. If it's raining, however, check the forecast to see when the next dry period comes up. Now in cold weather, that's when you want to use a washer and dryer. The original purpose of a dryer is to dry clothes during the cold period. You can buy a wash tub ranging from $10 to $20, a washboard for $18 or so, and a wringer for $150. Again, if you can't buy a wringer, just wring the clothes out with your bare hands, then hang the clothes out on the clothesline. That would be a fun activity for kids to do in the summertime. Teach them responsibility early on. And those are the top 10 ways you can save money in the long run. Again, this does not just apply to single people desperate to save money, but also parents that are expecting to have children. Fathers should know about cloth diapers, gardening, creating your own electricity, shopping for clothes at the flea market, buying dried foods, preserving cheese and wax, and investing in birds. Not only will the parents save a lot of money on diapers, but they'll also save money on food, save money on clothes, save money on electricity, and save money on bills overall. Not only will the parents have it a lot easier, but the mom and dad will be able to have a comfortable retirement in their later years. Also, the children will be autonomous as they enter adulthood, meaning they'll be able to survive no problem. Anyway, I'm Edray, and I'm out of here.